There's way too much excitement for me because I'm dark, and I don't even mean skin. I just mean like my sense of humor is very dark. You know, it's all suicide jokes. That's all I got. My mom loves those. She's always like, "When's it gonna happen to come true?" And I'm like, "Whoa, calm down, Mom." That's weird. What am I gonna say to you guys? I'll tell you this, a little nostalgia about myself so I can get to know you. I remember when I was a kid, I was thinking about this the other day, I remember when I was a kid, that my father once said to me, that's what he said, I've never met him. So it's just in that silence by 25 years, you're gonna get the gist, all right. Tap dance, tap dance, tap dance. I've noticed this about myself also. I've noticed that white women I've dated, I'm the first black guy that they've ever dated, which sounds cool, but I know a lot of them are like, you know, I want to go full-on ghetto Negro. How about this Stephen Urkel, Alfonso Ribeiro was Carlton-looking mofo over here? Because I'd like to go black, but I'd still like to go back. And that's how they dance over to me. And romance ensues. I had this one girlfriend, she hid me from her parents for a year and a half because I'm Negro shade 13. And they gave her 2 rules to life. They said to her, no black men, no tattoos. Well, little did they know not only did she have me, she had a tattoo on her butt that said, I love Baron Vaughn. Except she spelled Baron Vaughn, N-I-G-G-E-R-C-O-C-K. Give a second for people to spell it, and scene. I'm glad you guys can spell. Sometimes I do that joke with people like, Niger Coke. What's wrong with the beverage from Africa? What is wrong with the fizzy tonic drink from a landlocked country, Northern Africa? Barkeep, Niger Coke, please. Thank you. Extra Niger. They plump their imaginary drinks away. I want to tell you guys this story of an unfortunately named dish on a menu at a restaurant I was once at. It was at a small Thai restaurant in western Massachusetts, so of course it's the only Thai restaurant for 300 miles. And there was a dish on the menu called 3 Buddies. And what it was pork, chicken, and beef in a curry. And it was called 3 Buddies. And I thought, what an unfortunate title for that. And I said to the waiter, well, how did this get this name, 3 Buddies? And a grizzled old man in the corner in a wheelchair said, well, I'm glad you asked that question. It's a long story, actually. A cow, a pig, and a chicken went to college over here at Williams together, and they've known each other for a long time, and they were best of friends from the moment they walked through the doors. They were all anthropology majors. Anyway, they made a pact that 10 years later, they would go camping, you know, and they went camping. They got together, and they got all their equipment, and they got into a Ford Explorer, and they went to a campsite. Well, as you would assume, a pig, a cow, and a chicken, not the best drivers. They don't have opposable thumbs, so they crashed into a ditch of quarry and they burned to death. But they burned at 300 degrees for 2 hours. So I bought them here, enjoy. And I had it, and it tasted kind of weird. It was a little heavy on the irony. And it's okay, because I had a tall, cool glass of sarcastic self-righteousness and a desperate need for material. Oh, sir. I will tell you guys just a joke that verges on scatological humor. It might be very disturbing to you, because it is to me. So I'm single. What's this guy? And I was at a Starbucks the other day, fighting the power, sticking it to the man as I do. And like I said, I'm single, so I was casually checking out this girl, and by that I mean blatantly staring at her legs. And she had these very long, silky smooth legs and a short skirt, and they were folded in the right way where I could see her thigh, which is where leg turns to ass. Oh, it's my favorite. So I had like a gallery of portraits of thighs everywhere. And I was just looking at her, and I'll be honest, I was trying to, you know, like, gander at her goodies, trying to peek at her pudding, look at her labia, you know, like all those things. And she caught me. She was like, what are you looking at? And that's when I noticed that she had one arm. And I was like, whoa, which does she think I'm looking at? And which is worse? I didn't know which was worse. You know, like, oh, I'm oogling at your deformity. I'm just trying to look at your vagina. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if she was, like, honored? You know, she put all the fans. She's like, well, Mr. Devereaux, I haven't been looked at as a sexual object in so long. And then cut to her and me on a beach, and I'm holding the one hand she has. We're skipping along. Cut to her and I in an alleyway. She's giving me a nub job. Yes, I said nub job. Cut to her and me in a bedroom. We're doing it three-legged doggy style. I'm hitting her arm like a bell. Ding, 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 ding. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool because my sexual frustration is equal opportunity. There's nothing that's going to dissuade me. One arm, bring it on. Eye patch, nice ass. Goiter, I'm ready for you, you know? And I thought it's a little bit of a double standard because the one-armed guy, taking whatever he could get. One-armed girl, still out of my league. And scene on that piece of material. Another thing I will address, and maybe this has happened to you guys before, but you ever walk into a party and someone there is wearing the exact same skin color as you are, and you're like, whoa, I'm the black guy in this group of white people, you know, quota filled, my white women. Because white women are like cigarettes. You say that you've quit, but people always see you with one. I thought you quit. I did. I do this only when I drink. Okay. Well, let's go. She's a gymnast. And I was at this party, and I saw this one guy trying to pick up this girl. And he gave her his card. He's like, yeah, you know, my email's on there. You know, just, we'll go out some time. You know what I'm saying? Just, and he gave her the email fingers, and I was like, whoa, what happened to this? But that is evolution. That is technological advances in pursuing the booty right there. Because that's a whole history right there. Like, yeah, just click send, we'll go out sometime, all right? Just give me a phone call, all right? Just give me a phone call, all right? Write a letter, give it to the postman. He'll ride across the country on a horse, I'll read it. We can go out. Write a smaller one, put on the leg of an eagle, he'll fly to me. I'll catch him with a protective arm craving. Read it, we can go out, all right? Make a fire, get some sheets, all right? A fire, some sheets, and throw some signals, baby, you know what I'm saying? Throw some signals, one by land, two by sea. Just get some chalk, all right? Put a painting on the cave wall. Then I'll meet you, club you, make love to your unconscious body, because that's historically accurate. Thanks, guys. So, more material? I've got some. You ever up late at night watching television and it's like the exact same movie is on in the exact same place? Like at 2:37 every morning, Tim Robbins is standing outside of the prison like, I made it out! Whoa! And we sit and watch it like something different will happen. Maybe his Shawshank won't be redeemed. And then you realize you made a joke to no one because you're at home alone because it's 2:37 in the morning. And I kept coming upon this exact same movie in the exact same place. Star Wars Episode 2. The exact same scene. All these Jedis are fighting. It looks hopeless. Then a ship comes down with Yoda. And it cuts to Yoda. And he says the best line I've ever heard in American cinema. It cuts to him and he says, around the survivors a perimeter create. I'll repeat that. Around the survivors a perimeter create. And I was like, what? That's really gotta suck to follow Yoda in the battle. Because you are in a tense situation. You have no time to uninvert his inverted sentences. Things need to happen. Yoda, what should we do? Think I must. Mistake I think it would be to a movement will normalize the enemy's agitation of any sort of situation, something spark worse than we currently be in. Okay. And then they all explode because they were taking too long. I'm just glad it's fiction, right, guys? Just glad it's fiction. Glad there's not like a real situation where there's like a war on and there's a leader that has no facility with language and keeps sending out mixed messages and mistakes keep happening over and over. Fiction! George Lucas's imagination! Oh, irony. Wish I could iron my pants with irony. Sometimes I drink heavily because I'm trying to work on my impression of my mother when I was 11. You ever have a day so bad you think to yourself, man, I should have sent out those chain letters. Well, okay. And what was that, one or?
One.
Oh, okay. Is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. I think 2 might be the second loneliest, which is very true. So I'll tell you this last thing then. A lot of young black comics, when they start doing stand-up, do a lot of what if they were black jokes. And they come out like, how's everybody doing? What if Harry Potter was black? What if Condoleezza Rice was black? You know, like weird white people like that. And I said, why don't I flip the script and do some what if they were white jokes? And I can come out and be like, how's everybody doing? What if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. were white? They'd be alive. And I told it to this one guy, and he's like, "What? The Kennedys were white, and they were assassinated." And he got me. Didn't know what to say. I hesitated, I grabbed him, and I said, "An eye for an eye!" And then I ran away. Awkward job interview, guys. It's so awkward.